what will be the primary method of transporting hydrogen to the network of hydrogen refueling stations? Will it be compressed hydrogen via tracks, liquid hydrogen, pipelines, or a balance of all transport methods? And maybe just to give you a break, Wayne, maybe we could start with Radiša.
Thanks. Well, clearly, if there is no pipeline available today, the major main of transportation of hydrogen is a gas container or trailer or tube trailer, whatever the name. So we are shipping that hydrogen in compressed form at various pressure stages. Why? Because number one, there is not enough hydrogen to be liquefied in large quantities. Number two, the second technology, LOHC, liquid organic hydrogen carrier, that is a very interesting technology. That's very clear, but it's still at the very beginnings. There are a few companies who are investing heavily, and the investors in that technology. And at the end, depending on the application, distance involved, and availability or access to liquid hydrogen, or for that matter, electricity and temperature to utilize LOHC, we shall see, in my opinion, all of these technologies implemented and utilized in various countries on a different scale. The larger the distance, I think we will be seeing more LOHC and liquid hydrogen transport. For the short distances, one does not need to invest that much energy to compress the hydrogen into a container.
Yeah, thank you for that response, Radiša. That's really informative. Maybe, Kristina, we could come to you on this.
I see. I think we will see a mix of these different technologies, whether distributing hydrogen by truck or by pipelines, or liquid form or gaseous form, dependent on where we are in Europe or globally, where the business case speaks for it. In areas where volume of hydrogen consumption is really picking up, I foresee that we can expect a pipeline system really with distributing large volumes of hydrogen along the main transport corridors, logistical corridors across Europe to supply fueling stations along that corridor. In more remote areas where it doesn't make sense to establish a pipeline system for hydrogen, the trucking of hydrogen will still be of relevance. Whether it's gaseous, compressed hydrogen or liquid hydrogen will depend on the value proposition in that local area. So I think we can expect to see all three solutions, or maybe even more that I can think of.
Yeah, thank you, Kristina, and that we do agree with that. Maybe, Wayne, is there anything else that you would like to add on this subject?
Well, everything is improving. So also it's about the relative improvements in liquefaction and transport of liquid hydrogen and compression and transport of gaseous hydrogen. We're actively working, and others are, to change the answer by making those improvements. I think another pertinent question is scale, and oftentimes the scales differ by orders of magnitude. So are we thinking about retail fueling stations that might be in the several tons per day to big motorway truck stations that might be in the tens of tons per day to moderate industry is in tons per day, and when we get to large scale energy systems, you're easily into the thousands and tens of thousands of tons per day. And so clearly there's something of a phase diagram. You could imagine axes of quantity and distance, and the region occupied by these modes of moving energy around are defined, but those lines are shifting again by the improvements that are happening in all of these.